You've just stepped into the only place where Hornets sting, Panthers growl, and 49ers try not to blow a fourth quarter lead. Welcome to the Buzz and Roar Show, hosted by a guy who loves sports named Ethan. We're talking Queen City sports with just the right amount of bias and way too much caffeine. Let's get it going.
Welcome to the Buzz and Roar Show. If you are on Spotify, then subscribe to my YouTube channel called, quote, capital E, Ethan, and capital T, the, and capital B broadcaster, Ethan the Broadcaster. And if you're on YouTube, follow me on Spotify, linked in the channel bio or description of this video. Before we start, I always do one fun game before it starts if you're new here. Here's how it works. One game for the viewers. On a phone call every single episode, or a short game for myself to play if no viewers are here, sports related every single time. So yeah, I actually don't have a viewer with me now. If you would personally like to be a part of this short and fun game to get us started every day, email me at all, which I need so much more people. There's been one person on this. Please email me. All it is a Zoom call. That's all it is, and you don't even have to show your face. Zoom call, and I'll just put in the audio, or if you want to show your face, then fine. But just, I need people. So, all lowercase, Ethan the Broadcaster, ETHANTHEBROADCASTER at gmail.com, or click the email page in my YouTube channel's main description. Anyways, let's go ahead and start it off now with a game that I played last week, called Sporkle. It's literally like just a little logo guessing game, I guess, because why not, you know? We will talk about the Panthers in a little bit. There's a reason why I'm wearing this jersey. Don't talk about it. I will have my thoughts later, okay? Let's just go and get this started. Sporkle. This is like an out-of-shape NFL logo kind of thing. So, like, for example, I'll just go and tell you how it works. That is literally, like, reversed Buffalo Bills logo. So, let's go and start this underway. I already know this. That is the Buffalo Bills. I always misspell the Buffalo. Oh, okay. That's gotta be... Okay. Well, I think I know what this is. Go Panthers. Oh, Dallas Cowboys. That's like a star or something. That's like Kirby. Oh, that's actually kind of tough. This is tougher than I thought. Wait, the star right there. Could it be... the Chiefs? No. I actually don't know. 6:40 left on the timer. I have 7 minutes to finish this. Could it be... I'm thinking. I really don't know. Could it be the... Oh, I got it. Is that the Patriots? What? It's not the Patriots. Oh, well, the only other one is the Houston Texans, right? Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Okay, yeah, it is the Houston Texans. That is the Jacksonville... Wow. Jacksonville Jaguars. Next. Oh, what's happening? Oh, come on, Wi-Fi. Go to the next one. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Is it actually about to do this to me? I think it really is. I think it really just did that to me. You know, how about this? I did 6. So that means Wow, that really is just not loading. Okay, well, that's not my fault. The website ain't loading anymore. I can't even type on it. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. Okay, you know what? Fine. The game's over. Let's just go straight to the podcast, because if you want a little teaser, I am playing a game later anyways. So let's just go straight to the actual podcast part. Because, once again, I'm doing one later anyways, so doesn't really matter. So let's go and start with the Charlotte 49ers football. I'm pulling up their last game. It was the Charlotte 49ers. So, first game that they played was, if I'm correct, a Charlotte 49ers football loss 34-11 against Appalachian State. Then the next one last night was 20-3 against Bill Belichick in a packed out house. Now, of course, I'm a Tar Heels fan and a Charlotte 49ers football fan. And let's be honest here, because this is the Charlotte 49ers football team that I'm talking about, not UNC, so I'm not going to be biased towards UNC. However, let me just go and talk about this for like 2 seconds. UNC did not play that well. They only beat Charlotte by 17. I mean, just putting that out there, they only beat Charlotte by 17. However, once again, we're talking about Charlotte. And Charlotte didn't play well at all. If we're being honest here, Charlotte played like 30 times worse than they did against Appalachian State, which I didn't think was possible. Okay, because Charlotte, not only did Connor Harrell do terrible, but on top of that, he did so bad. Listen to me right here. He did so bad that they put in their backup QB in the end of the game, Grayson Loftus. He threw 2 interceptions and still had a better quarterback rating than Connor Harrell. Still had a better quarterback rating than Connor Harrell with 2 picks, and Connor Harrell didn't throw 1 touchdown or 1 pick. Neither did Grayson Loftus. So, here's the thing. I think if they, because I've talked about the whole game plan thing in the past, I think that if they are going to not change this game plan anytime soon, then I think they just need to restart and let Grayson Loftus play. Now, that sounds crazy because, once again, he threw 2 picks, but Grayson Loftus is a passing quarterback, okay? He really is. Grayson Loftus is a passing quarterback, and Connor Harrell just really isn't. So if they are not looking to change their game plan anytime soon, then I don't really think that they should play Connor Harrell. Respectfully, I mean, I love Connor Harrell, but I don't think that they should play Connor Harrell if Connor Harrell's doing bad with the game plan, you know? Like, oh, let's play this bad QB who's lost us the first 2 games by 20. You know, I mean, that seems dumb. That really does. It seems dumb, and I think that, honestly, we're going to hear something soon about Charlotte changing their starting quarterback. I'll almost guarantee it, because, I mean, it's not gone well, and I don't really think that they are doing good enough to the point where, I don't think Connor Harrell is doing good enough to the point where he won't be benched. I think Connor Harrell's going to be benched, and since he is a senior, if I'm correct, and I think he's a 5th-year senior too, then this might be his last game against UNC. Like, just in general, this might be his last game, and it was against UNC. So yes, I honestly, there's not much to talk about just besides the fact that they need to change their game plan quick. I mean, I will stand by that until they start winning. Okay? They need to either start Grayson Loftus for the rest of the year if they're not going to change their game plan, but if they want Connor Harrell in, then don't make him pass every play. Put, like, once again, I said last episode that he loves triple option plays. He loves all these other plays, but they're not calling what he loves. The quarterback is the center of the offense. Tim Albin has to look at the center of the offense and be like, oh, wow, he doesn't like passing the ball. Let's let him do what he wants. Because we want to win, okay? Charlotte, they want to win. They don't want to lose. They want to win, okay? So they should not be playing a QB who is making them lose games if they're not going to change their scheme on offense. Does that make sense? Truth be told, I think the defense is actually pretty decent. I don't believe in the offense so far. I really don't. I don't think that the Charlotte 49ers football offense has been that great. And so I'm kind of just going to end it there, this football segment, and just go on to the next segment. But that's kind of just all I have to say. By the way, the reason why I said that we're going to play a game here in a minute is because we really are, because I've got nothing to talk about for basketball again. Let's hit the special segment cue again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Give me a second. No. Sorry. Hold on. That's not it. Okay, it don't matter anyway. Oh, there it is.
Cue the dramatic music we don't have. Because it's time for a special segment where Ethan does stuff like games. Most likely reason is because Ethan cannot find anything related to this team to talk about today. So, let's go.
Most unprofessional podcast transition in the world, right there. Like, right then and there, that was the most unprofessional podcast transition, like, ever. Ever. Okay? I don't know what just happened. Don't ask about it. Anyways, special segment. So I am going to, because I'm trying to find a game to play on Sporkle again. Because why not? Ooh. No, let's not do that. By the way, Sporkle is not, let's just click random quiz. This could be anything. No, let's actually not do that because that's Thanksgiving related. We're nowhere close to things. Actually, we kind of are. September. Oh, we're 2 months away. Who cares about that? Okay. Let's just do the normal sports. You know what? Let's just do a short game because I do kind of need to end this podcast kind of quick. I'm trying to hurry this episode and try to get it at least in the 30 to 40 minute range. I'm trying to do that because I want this episode to be posted at 7. If it's not, my bad. It'll be posted at 8. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and I'm tired and want to eat food. And I think we're going to eat food soon. Isn't that so exciting? Oh, my OBS. Okay, please don't lag me out again. So this is the 4 biggest, wait a second. It should have been the 4 biggest U.S. cities. But it says 12. So you know what? I'm just going to go. It's probably not Raleigh, is it? No, it's not. What if it's, no. Yeah, Dallas is fair. Houston really isn't one of the biggest sports cities. I mean, it could be, okay, I only have 3 minutes. I mean, there's 10 more. If I'm going to try and reach for 5. It's not St. Louis. It's not Raleigh. Atlanta is probably on there. Really? Los Angeles? Okay. San Antonio? No. St. Louis? I did that a minute ago. Isn't that in, like... No, that is in America. Never mind. That was a dumb question. St. Paul? Really? St. Paul, Minnesota is one of them? That's kind of cool. Ohio is not. Oh, wait. Cleveland. Cleveland, Ohio isn't. There's gotta be one in Ohio, right? I was about to type Roanoke, Virginia. There's no way that is a top U.S. sports city. I've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Okay. Daggone, I really don't know. I bet one's in Michigan, not Minnesota. I bet one's in Michigan. I just can't think of the capital of Michigan. Hey, there's 12 anyways. I'm not going to get all 12. I get to search. I'm going to say that I get to search one up. Capital of Michigan. How about this? I don't know. I don't think it's Lansing. No, it's not. So then let's go Michigan big cities. Detroit. How did I forget about Detroit? There's not many other big cities that I can think of. Detroit. Let's just think. Indiana is a state. In New York City. Okay. Wait, that's 5. I said that I wanted to get 5. So I've already reached it. Let's see if I can go one above. Is Austin, Texas one? No, probably not. Did I spell Houston wrong? I feel like that it's Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee's got to have one. What's that one city in Tennessee? Oh my gosh, what's that one city in Tennessee? Tennessee. I can't think. Oh, Chicago. I should have thought of Chicago. I should have thought of San Francisco. I should have thought of all of them. Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, Miami, Chicago, Denver, San Francisco. I literally had all of those in my mind, but was just like, nah, that can't be one. That's crazy. Okay. You know what? We're going to do another because that was kind of fun. Sports logo silhouettes, categories. I don't care. Types. I don't care. 2 words. Sports books. Sports logos close up. Sports. Spotify people are so confused why I just said sports. Because they can't see it. Sports leagues by initials? Yeah. Sports league names by initials. Let's try and do this. I think I could possibly get most of these. Oh my gosh. Why did my monitor just turned off for a second? Oh, Major League Baseball. Oh, it gets all of them. Canadian football. United National. Oh my gosh. Hockey. European. Nah. Really? The Europe. Really? Premier League. There's a couple. Okay. Major League Soccer. I'm going to cover that on this podcast soon. National Basketball Association. I did not spell that right. Let's go ahead and do the spell checker. I've got 3 minutes left. Okay. Professional golf. I don't know. Professional bowling. Professional Golfers Association. National Association for Streetcar Auto Racing. No, probably not. That was a crazy guess if I got that. Car Auto Racing. Okay, so what's the S? So I have NASCAR for the Spotify viewers, but I have one left. So I have the N, the A, the C, the A, and the R. Is it the United? No, what does the UFC stand for? Italian? Italy? I am very confused. Major League Lacrosse. Football League Ah, gosh. Okay. World table tennis. I spelled table and it gave me team as one. That's funny. I actually got a ton of them. That is... I can't spell it right. Australian. It gave me arena for Australian. Perfect. Arena Football League. Oh, that was obvious. How is Europe... How is EPL not European Premier League? There's no way that it's not, right? Okay, I mean, there's just no way. There's no way. I can't think of it. Could it be English Premier League? Oh my gosh, it is. English Premier League. We've got only a couple left. Professional. It can't be bowling again. National Racing League? No. National... Oh my gosh, I'm not going to get all of them, but that's impressive. There was 78 little boxes that I had to fill, and I got... Actually, oh my gosh, Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Okay, I filled out 65 out of 78. That is crazy how I filled out most of them. So I filled out the entirety of Major League Baseball. I filled out Canadian Football League, National Hockey League, English Premier League, Major League Lacrosse, Arena Football League, United Football League, National Football League. I couldn't fill out American Basketball Association. I missed the A in American, but I got Basketball and Association. I filled out National Basketball Association. I filled out Professional Golfers Association. I filled out National Lacrosse League. Indian Premier League. I spelt Italian Premier League. So it's Indian Premier League. I got the Indian wrong. I got Premier and League right. I got the Football League Championship. I got the championship wrong. I got Major League Soccer. I didn't get National Rugby League. Now thinking about it, I probably should have. I got the Professional Bowlers Association. I got World Team Tennis. Couldn't get any of the 3 initials on Ultimate Fighting Championship. I got tennis on International Tennis Federation, but I couldn't get international or federation because, sorry, tennis fans out there, but respectfully, I don't watch tennis. If there's a tennis league in Charlotte, I guess I'll cover it. I don't know if there's tennis stuff in Charlotte. NASCAR, I got National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. I missed stock. Duh, of course it's stock. I live in North Carolina, I should know that. Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. That proves that I am a hockey fan. I mean, I got every initial right on Quebec Major and Junior Hockey League. Ladies Professional Golf Association. I should have gotten that because I remember that. Professional Bull Riders. I got professional right, missed bull and riders. Then I got Professional Golf Association. I missed ladies. That's crazy how I got 65 of 78. Anyways, let's go ahead and move to the, hold on, Camera off, camera on, then do this, okay, I think I am ready to move on to the next segment of this podcast. Hold on, so that's one transition. Oh no, let's go.
Speaking of Charlotte basketball, it's time to step outside the gym and onto the diamond with the Charlotte Knights. These AAA baseball guys are bringing some fresh energy to town. Let's break down what's going on with our hometown team.
We're back. Took me a second because I was trying to pull out the Charlotte Knights schedule. Okay, so I'm kind of going to repeat a couple things, and it's going to be a little bit quicker. And once again, I'm going to repeat a couple things because I want to kind of restate some things that I said last episode. So last episode, I revealed to everyone that the White Sox AAA affiliate, the Charlotte Knights, who I cover every episode, was eliminated from the playoffs. It's sad. I mean, they were eliminated from the playoffs. However, I'm going to talk about the exact same thing I talked about last week. How can they build momentum going on to the upcoming season? Well, I said if they can get above 500 to finish the year, which was very possible, then they would have a chance. Now, the bad news about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The bad news about it. The bad news about it is that we are 62 and 76 going into our second to last series on the year. We play Omaha, then we take a one-day break and finish the season off with a 4-game series and then a doubleheader to finish the year on the 20th. One at 12:35 p.m. Eastern and one at 5:35 p.m. Eastern to finish the night against the Durham Bulls. Now, what I stated in the past couple episodes was if we could get above 500, that would bring so much momentum going into the next year. However, we lose to Jacksonville. Then we beat Jacksonville in a doubleheader a couple nights ago. Then we lose to Jacksonville. We beat Jacksonville. We lose to Jacksonville, and we win Jacksonville. So that means we lost. Let's see, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 4. We went 3 of 4 in that series. Now, I said that we had to win at least 12 games to get above 500. However, with those 4 losses, we can officially not get above 500. Now, even though we can't get above 500, how can we still, no matter what the controversy is, no matter if we are eliminated from the playoffs, and no matter if we can't make it to the playoffs, how can the Charlotte Knights, AAA affiliate of the White Sox, bring momentum into the upcoming season? I think that if they win the final game against Durham and a couple before that against Omaha, then that right there would at least bring the little bit of spark to go into the next year strong, steady, and ready. That was a good rhyme. Strong, steady, and ready to get ahead of everyone else and try and win next year. Because I really do think that this Charlotte, so I haven't been doing the Buzz and Roar for too terribly long. I think it's been like a month and a half or so now. And ever since then, I have covered them and I have thought about this. They are a pretty good baseball team, okay? Although they are 62 and 76, they're a pretty good baseball team. 62 and 76 is not bad considering that the year before that they weren't very great either. I think they're going up in a step forward anyways with these games. And I think coming up next year, although we're going to lose some pitchers because our pitching has been phenomenal this year. If you have actually watched some games, our pitching has been pretty phenomenal this year. But if we can get back on track and become a powerhouse next year, which, once again, I already said it, I think it's very, very possible, then I think that this team could possibly just win the next couple, probably get momentum going into next year and then possibly do pretty good to win the season off strong. Truth be told, I think if we get momentum at the end of this season, then we will have good momentum going into next season, which will then let us win our first series next season. That's my prediction, and I think that it's very possible. Okay, I think that it's very possible. Okay. Now, as we are moving on into the end of the season, this team is Once again, 62-76. Yeah. However, I feel like that they just aren't too terribly bad. Okay, I feel like that they aren't too terribly bad because it feels as if they are not as, I feel like that they are not as bad as people seem them to be, and I feel like once again, if they finish this season off strong, especially if they win both games in that doubleheader against the Bulls to finish the year off, fans will be happy, the Knights will be happy, the GM will be happy, the White Sox will be happy for their guys, and I think that this next season could be big for the Knights, and I'm ready for it. I mean, I really am. I'm ready, like, really ready for it. Anyways, 2 more topics to talk about. I've got tons to talk about the Panthers, but I'm going to condense it into just a little bit because, like, I'm going to talk about everything I wrote down. It's like a long paragraph, but I don't want to spend a lot of time because, once again, I'm hungry and it's almost 7 o'clock, so I gotta get this out. Okay, let's go to the next segment, which is the Charlotte Hornets. Let's go.
Sticking with Charlotte sports, let's jump over to the Hornets and see what's going on with them in the NBA world.
The Charlotte Hornets. Okay, there's not much to talk about the Hornets. I've been researching the past couple days. There is not much news. There's not much highlights. Really, there's not too much to talk about for the Charlotte Hornets basketball team either until the season starts, or unless there's some crazy play, because, I mean, there's not many trades happening right now. It's not like the just when the season ends and there's like these big banger trades. It's not like that. Okay, so there are some good vibes for the Hornets this season. And I've heard some stuff saying, oh my, the Hornets could really be good this year. Like, really be good. Hold on. I'm trying to pull it up. I gotta pull some up. So I think that just the fact of the matter is that there are some great vibes going into the season, and I think that just there are some good plays, and how do I say this? I think that just everyone's confident for the Hornets this year. I think Charles Lee, their new assistant coach, I forget his name, but he's the Villanova head coach from a couple of years back. They're just all ready for the season to start. Now, my question is, what do the Hornets have to do to make the playoffs this year? Okay, it's a crazy statement even thinking about that the Charlotte Hornets make a play-in or playoff spot. Okay, it is a crazy thing to even put that in your mind because of how bad the Hornets have been. But people are thinking about it. They really are. So let's just talk about this real quick. This ball's blowing up. What needs to happen for the Hornets to make the playoffs in 25-26? First of all, let me tell you what 3 NBA analysts have the Charlotte Hornets getting us, like what our record will be according to Ryan Stano, Zach Roberts, and Schuldier Callahan going into next year. So according to Schuldier Callahan, 31-51. For the record, is that not a jump? Yes, it's definitely a jump. So, I mean, would I be mad at that? We went from 19 wins to 31. It's not the biggest jump in the world, but in the NBA, there's 82 games. You gotta start somewhere. Then Zach Roberts, he goes a little higher, 36-46. That's pretty decent. I mean, once again, that's 5 more wins. Only 5, but you're nearing that .500 spot. Then Ryan Stano, he's the biggest believer in us in those 3. He thinks we're going 38-44. 38-44 is like a play-in kind of like edge spot. And let me point this out. Ryan Stano, if he's right, like if we hypothetically went 38-44, with all the things happening in the Eastern Conference right now, you've heard it. If you are researching the NBA at all, you've heard it. The Hornets might make the playoffs, or at least be in a play-in spot at 38-44, because if you have been paying attention to the not just the Charlotte Hornets, the entire Eastern Conference, there are so many injuries, so many things going on, so much happening that people don't even think that we are going to people think that 38-44 is a playoff spot. Okay, so it's not just me saying this. Ryan Stano is one of those guys who thinks we're going 38-44. And so, I mean, the Eastern Conference strength, too, is just going down. Indiana Pacers, they're in the Eastern Conference. They made the NBA Finals last year. Tyrese Halliburton's probably going to miss the entire season, so Indiana Pacers most likely already out of the playoff picture. That brings the Hornets one spot up. Jason Tatum and the Celtics have lost a couple guys, made their team younger, and are kind of pushing back up, but that could go very wrong for them. And with a couple injuries, it could go completely wrong. So I almost said the Carolina Panthers, the Charlotte Hornets, that pushes them one spot up. It's just so many different sides of this. Proves that the Hornets have a genuine chance, especially this year, with how much happening in the Eastern Conference Finals, of making the playoffs. And it's not just because of me saying it. It is because of everyone else saying it, and it is because of the Eastern Conference Finals problems right now. The Western Conference dominates the Eastern Conference usually, and if the Hornets can go 38-44, they really possibly would be at a play-in spot, and it's kind of shocking. Okay, that is a losing. I'm pretty sure the Rockets made the playoffs. Let's think about this, though. Hold on. So, Eastern Conference Finals standings 2024 to 2025. NBA standings 24-25 season. Let's think, because I'm pretty sure one team from the Eastern Conference. Yeah. Yep, they made the play-in at 39-43. This is saying 38-44. And once again, with the hold on, let's think about it. Cleveland was number one in the Eastern Conference last year. Cleveland has also degressed a tiny bit. People are saying they're improving, but they haven't done too terribly much to make me think that they're improving, okay? I care a ton about the NBA. I mean, like, a ton. None of my family usually watches the NBA as much as me. I love the NBA. And I love the NHL. I just love professional sports. NHL, NBA, and NFL are all tied at number one. That's why I love it. If honestly, I was debating one day, this is getting off topic here, but I was debating one day, genuinely debating, whether to put the Carolina Hurricanes on a topic for the Buzz and Roar Show. And I'm still debating it. I mean, like, leave a like if you guys would want that, and comment below if you're on Spotify or on YouTube. I don't care. Because, I mean, I really know a ton about the Carolina Hurricanes, and that would be so fun for me. Either way, I cover them on my channel all the time, like Ethan the Broadcaster, capital E, capital T, capital B. Ethan the Broadcaster, there we go. I'm promoting my channel so much. Let's go. But back to the Eastern Conference last year. Cleveland, once again, I don't know how much they really are improving. So many analysts are like, oh, they're improving so much, They haven't done much. They have just added some young guys who are going to warm the bench for Darius Garland. You know what I mean? It's not much to make me think, oh, Cleveland's winning the NBA Finals, no doubt. Which I thought that last year, and they got eliminated real quick. Then Boston, I've already talked about them. Couple injuries, way more young guys. It's going to take a little bit to adjust. They're going to start off the season slow, so they are down. Hypothetically, if the Hornets, if both of those teams move down 2 spots, then that would push the Hornets, if they were 38-44, up to, which means that they would already be in a playoff spot. Not a play-in, but a playoff spot. Then you have New York and Indiana. New York has lost a coach, not their head coach, but they have lost a couple assistant coaches last season. They have lost a couple. In fact, they took the Hornets assistant coach, funny enough. But just a ton of things has happened in New York, too. Indiana, I've already said it, Tyrese is injured. That's probably not going to be very easy for the Pacers. Milwaukee, they're a tough team to talk about because it's kind of just arguably. And you want to know what's crazy? This is going to sound crazy. The only two Eastern Conference teams who I really, really see improving this upcoming year is the Charlotte Hornets. Actually, there might be multiple. Actually, yeah, so I'm going to say there's three teams who I really see improving. And that is the Orlando Magic, who made the play-in last year and got eliminated, didn't make the playoffs. Actually, yeah, they did. Because they beat the Hawks, I think. Anyways, that's off topic. They made the play-in and then won. I think the Orlando Magic is going to improve. The Charlotte Hornets is going to improve. And I also think that the Detroit Pistons is going to improve. So I think those three teams are going to improve tons because I just think that those three teams are the only three who had a wonderful confidence-building offseason for this upcoming season. In the offseason, I don't think the Detroit Pistons had a bad offseason. I think them making the playoffs after a record-breaking losing streak the year before is a big jump. So I think the Detroit Pistons are already in the conversation for like top 3 in the Eastern Conference with how weak those top teams usually are. The Hornets, if they improve, the Eastern Conference might see the Hornets in the top 5 of the Eastern Conference. That's a crazy take, but just hear me out. If they improve, if LaMelo Ball stays healthy, if Brandon Miller stays healthy, if Miles Bridges stays healthy, even if they don't, we've got Colin Sexton, we've got Con Knipple, we've got Ryan Cockburner. Everybody on our team, we've got so much depth who can play wonderful. We saw those young guys playing wonderful in the Summer League. And so I think that they could possibly be top 5 or top 6. Maybe just, like, I think with all those teams shifting down a couple spots that I was talking about earlier, the Cavs, the Bucks, the Pacers, the Celtics, blah, blah, blah. I think the Detroit Pistons could be top 3. I think the Magic might be top 5. I think the Hornets could be definitely top 6 or 5 in the Eastern Conference next year. And so I really think that this team is going to be this year is their big chance. Okay, I'm going to be honest. This year's their big chance because next year, after the 25 to 26, the 26 to 27 year, there's not going to be as many weak Eastern Conference teams. Okay, there's going to be more so a lot of like powerhouse Eastern Conference teams like it usually is because it's less injuries. All the Celtics players are going to be ready to go. And so I think, just truth be told, I think that the Hornets are going to be better, and I think that is what it's going to take to make the playoffs this season. Anyways, I spent like 10 minutes talking about the Hornets. One more topic, then I promise I'm done. We are going to go on to the Carolina Panthers for the last topic of the day. Go Hornets, and let's talk about the Panthers.
And to wrap it all up, we'll trade the hardwood for the turf and check in on the Carolina Panthers because there's always something to talk about in the NFL.
Okay, the Carolina Panthers. The mood just got shifted down a little from the Hornets' confidence to the Panthers' loss. Okay, listen to me. First regular season game, Panthers lose to the Jaguars 26-10. First of all, it got delayed, which is exactly the reason why this video is coming out at 8 p.m. instead of 7. If the game ended at 4, I could have recorded this and posted it probably before 6 if I wanted to, but they always come out at 7. That's why it's delayed. Blame the weather. So, the NFL, Carolina Panthers. If you look at the game, okay, just look at a game, and this isn't just me. I'm going to read you word for word just about what I put on my notes right here. This isn't just me, okay? I get it. I have a Panther shirt on. Look at my room. Listen, this isn't just me. The broadcaster said it on national television. I'm saying it. Many analysts are saying it. I mean, tons. They said, quote, Bryce didn't do bad at all. His receivers made some bad drops down the stretch, and both the interceptions were because of a pressured QB situation from his O-lineman getting the D-line through. And I totally agree with this. First of all, let me put out the fact that, yes, in 2023, the problem was, the O-line and, the receivers. Can I explain why the O-line and the receivers were horrible this game? It is because, first of all, we got rid of our main guy. Adam Thielen's gone now. Y'all got to remember that. And most of our receivers, especially with Jalen Coker out, Bryce has never played a game with. Except for Xavier Legette, who is not very trustworthy at all at the moment. Bryce has never played a regular season game with any of those wide receivers on the field tonight. So I think it was just some bad communication. And, I mean, Bryce was throwing some dots to them. They just weren't used to the spiral, I think. They just weren't used to the play style Bryce had, and so they were dropping it a ton. I mean, they really were. But, once again, most of them are young, so you got to watch out for the youngness of the team, and you got to pay attention to the fact that they're going to get better with time. They're going to get better with time. First half wasn't Bryce, and second half was not Bryce Young's fault either. And also, let me put out, the O-lineman was bad because you have Ikem Ekwonu out. Most of the pressure and most of the sacks that came that game was from the left tackle position. Oh, well, what position does Ikem Ekwonu play? Left tackle. Okay, so that explains the O-line, and that also explains the receivers. Now, my take on this game is also that, once again, our receivers just are extremely young, and once again, Bryce Young's never played a game with any of the receivers except for Xavier Legette. And Xavier Legette dropped him a couple more balls that game. In fact, no, Xavier Legette did do pretty well. He caught most of them. He just didn't toe tap, so they were mostly out of bounds. That was Xavier Legette's fault. He's got to learn how to toe tap better. It's going to take you some time. But Panthers fans, listen to me closely. Listen to me closely. This team will get better. And I think it'll get better really fast. I think we will be better by week 3 to 5. Like, I think it could be early as just next game, really. Next game is not 3, but I think next game, week 2, could even be when we get better. Because by week 3 by week 3 to 5, we should be a great football squad. And listen, all you Panthers fans who are hating on us, all you Panthers haters who don't really watch the Panthers are just going to have to wait and see. You're just going to have to trust me on it. Because, once again, and our defense, you might be wondering, our defense didn't play well. 26 points isn't too terribly bad to allow. And with your offense scoring 3 points until the end of the game, they scored a touchdown. That drive was very good, by the way. I don't think really any of the defensive players played that bad. I think the only, and y'all may be wondering, the run defense. Our second, so there's 4 defensive linemen most of the time. We have Derek Brown starting. The backup got injured, Tershawn Wharton. He's also just as good as Derek Brown, arguably, and he got injured on the 3rd play. He's going to be fine. He's reported to come back next game, I'm pretty sure, but the fact of the matter is that you can't blame the run defense if you don't have your D linemen. You can't blame the receivers if you've never even played a regular season game with the quarterback and you're that young. And you're missing Jalen Coker, and then you can't blame the O-lineman if most of the pressure's going to the left side and the left tackle is missing. Okay, the left tackle wasn't there. They had a backup left tackle who was our left tackle in 2023 and did bad. Okay, so you can't blame the O-line, you can't blame the D-line, you can't blame the receivers. What else can you blame? The cornerbacks. The cornerbacks did well. They got a pick off Trevor Lawrence. They pressured the receivers well. Most of the time that the Jaguars drove down the field, what did they do? They got down the field by running the ball. So you can't blame the receivers, you can't blame the quarterback. okay? You can't blame. It was just a messed up game, okay? And the delay, I feel like, just threw us off a little. And once again, with me saying that you can't blame us, that doesn't mean I'm saying that we didn't play bad in those positions. I'm just saying we didn't play bad because of the reasons I gave you for each position group. So you can't blame the wide receivers because Adam Thielen just left. He was the center of that group. Jalen Coker's gone. He's supposed to be like close to our starter this year. And then Bryce has never played a game with anyone on that field in the regular season before. So that explains the receivers. Yeah, they played bad, but those are three pretty good excuses for the receivers playing bad. The O-lineman, once again, most of the pressure came from the left tackle spot on the D-line. And whoa, our left tackle's gone. So that's another thing that you can't blame the O-line for, but you can't. If Ikemi Kwanu was there, I'm going to be honest, if Ikemi Kwanu was there, he would have helped us a ton, okay? Because he is pretty good. I'm going to be honest, he's pretty good. And so, in summary, I don't think that we are a bad football team at all. I think when we get Tershawn Wharton back, when we get Ikemi Kwanu back, when we get Jalen Coker back, and when we tell Xavier Legette, you gotta toe tap, okay? And if they play the Cardinals game next week, I think that is going to help more than people realize. And I'm just being honest, that is going to help way more than people realize. And also the fact of the matter is that both of those picks, they came from the left tackle spot getting pummeled, and then Bryce Young getting pummeled, trying to throw it away. And in summary, he throws a pick. So his 2 interceptions are also summarized by Ikemi Kwanu being injured. So the injuries, the inexperience, just all of that was not a good factor for this game. And also, you guys take into account, the Jags really just aren't that bad of a football team this year. They have developed this team pretty well, and now they have Liam Cohen, who is a pretty good, used to be Bucs offensive coordinator. And I mean, yeah. So, I actually have a Dave Canales quote here. Not usually do I have this, but I think I'm going to from now on because, I mean, I would bet $1 million that we will be better by week 3. Like, I would, if I had $1 million right now, I would be a $2 million there by week 3 because, I mean, I know for a fact that we're going to be better. Now, Dave said in the after-game interview, because I was actually watching it while writing this, so no lie, I said, like, Dave said this as I was watching it, as I was writing this. So as I was writing the notes for this podcast, Dave Canales, our head coach, said these things. Dave said, "I'm disappointed, but when we got to the locker room, the players seemed like we were all surprised a little considering we fought there for a minute. And they know the group we have, they know the style we have, and they know that we really do have a group of guys who can play, and that all we need to do is just watch some film, get our guys back, and ready to go for the next week." End quote. That is word for word what he said, as much as I could get. He said a lot more to do with that. Now, he also said we need to stop turning the ball over and we need to start tackling better for the defensive side of the ball. I didn't catch anything for the offense, but he did say something about Bryce that he basically said in different words it wasn't Bryce's fault. I mean, he didn't talk bad about Bryce once. Now, you may be wondering, what are you going to do as a head coach? Talk bad about your starting QB? I mean, yeah, you're a head coach. Yeah, I mean, it's not nice, but you're a head coach. You've got the ability to talk bad about your players. You're like the only one who was allowed to do that. And so, yes, he can do that. But the fact of the matter is that he said that they were kind of surprised a little because they see what they have in their team. And Dave said he was surprised. Dave said that Dave basically just said he knows that this team is going to be good in a couple weeks when they get their starters back. Just in other words, he basically just quote-unquote said that. I mean, if you really just take it in other words, but you leave the same stuff he said, he basically said that he is a little bit surprised with his group. Like, he's not surprised in that kind of way, but like they're just all kind of a little shocked, okay? They're all disappointed, but they're all kind of a little shocked, and I just think that it's awesome how he said that we know the style we have, we know the group of guys we have, and we know that we can win, okay? I mean, he is so confident in this team, and it's unbelievable. And, I mean, I don't think he thinks it's Bryce's fault. I don't think Bryce thinks it's his fault. I really don't, okay? And so, in summary, I really do think that the upcoming weeks are going to be some of the best Panthers football that we have seen in the past couple years, because I think that if we get our starting 4 guys back, it is going to be something special. Anyways, that is going to do it for the Buzz and Roar Show. I told you I had a lot to say for the Hornets and the Panthers. Please just trust me on the Panthers. You have to trust me. Thanks for hanging out on the Buzz and Roar Show. If you want more sports stuff from Charlotte to anywhere else that throws the ball, check out my YouTube channel, capital E, Ethan, capital T, the capital B broadcaster, no spaces. I'll say it again, capital E, Ethan, capital T, the capital B broadcaster, Ethan the broadcaster, no spaces. And hey, if you're already watching this on YouTube, welcome. You're in the right place. If you're listening somewhere else like Spotify, go and hit subscribe on YouTube too. It's like the same thing, but with more visuals and less background noise. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out, or don't. I am not your boss at all. Anyways, that is episode 7 in the wraps. This is so fun to make these episodes. I love y'all. Jesus first. Good night from the Buzz and Roar Show. And just trust me on the Panthers takes and trust me on the Hornets takes. Let's do this.
Thanks for listening to Buzz and Roar. We talk about sports, all kinds of sports. If you like the show, hit subscribe or follow. We'll be back soon with more stuff to share. Thanks again, and see you next time.